Cameras. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, Tuesday nighters. Cutting up a bunch of cardboard because I got a lot of cleaning that I want to do that I haven't done yet. We're gonna get this pinball drunk with alcohol. Alright. So, I got a nice little playfield camera now. Upside down. Right side up playfield camera. Shows most of it. Except for the very, very, very top. It's no big deal. Alright. Well, so I'm still having resetting issues. Part of my problem is basically it's not as much of a resetting issue as just the way that electromechanicals work. They don't reset if you shut them off mid-game. You just turn it back on to where you left off. So I want to work on some other little things because I've been trying to get the ball to come out, which it doesn't come out like a traditional or a more modern pinball. The ball comes out, and I would assume it would make a noise up against this metal, but then you bring it up yourself with a manual plunger, or the manual ball lift thing, which is different than any other pinball I've ever dealt with, but I would assume that it makes noise when it loads in. Wouldn't know because it hasn't worked right yet. And I'm not sure I'm getting all the way through the reset. But I decided to... Playfield's unplugged for right now. I decided the first thing I'm going to do tonight, I haven't done really any of these switches. This morning I did these top 6 rollover switches. Well, these two aren't technically rollover because they just stop the ball before it shoots out. But I cleaned these. I also made sure to re-clean up here on the switches for the trough. And I also cleaned the end of stroke switches on the flippers. But in the end, I don't want to... I would rather we just have new ones, but we're not getting new ones. We're working with what we have. No more money will be spent on this if I can avoid it. So, I'm down to here. So I need to get the slingshots, which are really bad, and work my way down. One of the things is the 0 to 9 unit. So that's this big disc in the back that when it rolls over, every time you hit one of the 1 point things, and I think the 1 point things are a couple of little bumpers up here and the slingshots. And every time you roll over that, it turns and the bell goes off. But the bell's going off like the most god-awful fire alarm, and I don't think it's supposed to be like that. So I think some of these contacts are super close together, and I want to make sure that they are, one, that they're clean, and that they're not so close that they sit there and want to buzz like you just stepped on a fire alarm. So I'm starting here. We're down this level. Oops, don't hit that. We are working on this slingshot, which there's a couple things different here. There's a switch at the top, which I'm not used to seeing in any of the ones that I have, or at least I don't think there's one right there. But I guess, I don't know what that activates. But either way, it's going to be dirty. And if I can't get in here by hand the way it is, we're going to have to unscrew it from the playfield, which is why down below, you can barely see it in the picture here, I have a piece of cardboard to catch in case we want to drop some screws, which ideally we don't want to drop screws. But like even this first one right here, I don't feel like I can get a good grip on it. So we're going to unscrew it. And the idea is just to unscrew it from the playfield and leave the screws inside the switch stack, if you can. And then when you put it back, you want to make sure that you're activating it right and you're not stripping out these holes, because these holes can be a bit of a pain too. Yep. So this is what happens. We're working on almost a full day. Where are we at? I don't think I counted yesterday. Yesterday was an hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are at, right now we're roughly around 21 hours on this project. There's give and take a few times that I came over here during my work shift because my job is right next door. So we're about 21 hours in on this project of actual working hours, which is not unheard of for a really old, non-working, dirty electromechanical. So you get around this switch without dropping anything. I want to make sure I don't lose my screws. Losing the screws would be a bad thing. Alright. Let's get in on this switch. This playfield by the end of the night is going to be full of alcohol. So it's going to be pretty drunk. I'm going to clean this one. This switch is at the end of the slingshot. It's like the resting position switch. It stays open. Just sitting there. This one little switch, I mean, that could affect all sorts of stuff. I don't know. I'm not quite sure where it goes, but that dirt alone. And when it's nice and dark like that, especially on my brown paper, I want to go over it again. Make sure I got it nice and clean. Yeah, still even a little bit more came off, but I think it's really good right now. And where's my trash can? I gotta make sure to throw them away. I keep piling up the dirty ones. And then we're just gonna put it back in here very carefully under those wires. And we know it goes underneath this post over here. And the screw holes, make sure that you're getting into the screw holes that are already there, and you're not trying to, like, you can actually feel the screw wants to go into the hole easily and is not fighting it, because you don't want to strip the hole that's there if you can avoid it. If it's already stripped, which sometimes some of these are, then you're going to use the toothpick trick and stuff the hole with a toothpick and then just put the screw in there again, and that'll get it tight in there one more time. Thing I learned from my grandfather many years ago in this carpentry. That is not behind this post. Come on. I did not get the switch behind the post. That could be an issue later on, especially when it's trying to work. Come on. A little tight. So we got 3 switches. This mystery switch that I've never dealt with before, which figure out what that is later maybe. If not, whatever. It functions somehow. And then we got the 2 regular slingshot switches. And those ones, you got to work on your adjustment so that they fire correctly. And they're not weak. They're not overly sensitive. Those ones are probably going to be adjusted a couple of times, especially once you start playing the game. When you think, oh, this slingshot's kind of weak, or this slingshot is way too bouncy, and adjust them. But I'm going to go through and clean them and make sure they're pulled back a little bit, because somewhere one of these 1-point contacts is too close. It's way too close and is causing my fire alarm sound on the 0 to 9 unit. Alright, that's back in place. Slingshot. It's making contact. When it closes, it opens. Come on. and close. Yeah, so that looks good there. It's tight. And then take these slingshots out. Again, I have the box down here. I also have a magnetic tip screwdriver. The biggest important problem that you have with these games is you'll drop a screw and it doesn't go all the way down. And I have this whole thing in my mind is like, I will not turn the game on again until I find that screw. And if it falls into just one little crevice and still on the playfield, you can spend 30-40 minutes trying to find a screw. Not fun at all. Alright, slide these under. Alright, so this is just the, you can barely see it in the camera, sorry. Slingshot. We're going to clean it. Get it without the mega problems that it was having. Obviously things were not adjusted right. Cleaning is one of those big solutions that'll solve a lot of it. Just get your playfield, get your contacts clean. Get a nice, good, solid electrical signal going through it when it needs to. That's pretty good. You want to make sure when you go back in and to get behind the rubber, and if it's still on, if you haven't taken those off yet, which I haven't. Get behind the rubber, get it put back in there. Screws for days. Purposely avoiding watching the election stuff tonight because nothing's good ever going to come out of it. I'm just going to work on pinball machines. That's at least satisfying, and in the end, something will work on a pinball machine. In there. This side I remember was not too bad, but it was actually activating. It was kicking the ball out pretty good from the slingshot already. It's the other side was barely activating, but this side would hit the bell. The other side wouldn't hit the bell, so I'm guessing dirty switches over there, pretty good. A little bit of sawdust coming out of here, a little bit of wood flakes coming out. That's okay. It'll happen. Another way I could have cleaned these ones. They're fairly easy. Another way would be to take the plastics off the top and to just clean it from the top side. Since I'm already down here at the bottom, I just want to go through them all down here. Oh, I got some wires blocking this one. Wires from that other switch. So I'm going to have to slightly turn it and bring it up if I can. Obviously the other switch was put in before or after this one. It's not too bad. I think we get there. There we go. There we go. Now I gotta get it back in there. Yeah, it won't be too hard. We'll get it inside. Oh my gosh. Alright, so these ones are, I don't know what their position, if they're working, but I already know that the switches are really bent out of shape. Got some really bad bends in them. I'm going to straighten that up before I put it back in. And it is no surprise that it's dirty. Getting in there. Cleaning it up. Not too bad. Not too bad. Should have good contact. Let me get my adjustment tool. Straighten this crap back up. I do know that my Dracula that we had the worst adjusted slingshot switches I've ever seen, and they were done by hand. You could tell they were all twisted and bent up. They weren't nice and flat and straight. So you have in between here, you have a thicker piece of metal in between the switch. So that's the one that when the front one off the rubber hits it, it's to prevent the back one from rattling and causing you to have all these little moments. So you want to make sure that you move it first before you try to move the back one, so that when it hits, it doesn't want to bounce. I think that's a lot straighter, maybe. Straighten up. Straighten up, you. I'm tired of your sass. I think that's a lot better. Slingshots, you get a little bit of a leadway with slingshots. They're bouncing off that rubber. All right. Let's go twist it that way. Make sure we're getting back behind the rubber. And we are. Yes. Reach around here. Is it behind the rubber? Where's the rubber? There we go. Yeah, it's behind the rubber. We'll put that switch back on. Remember where you put your screws. Kids, remember where we parked. Screw this, man. Pinball. Don't talk with the screw in your mouth. You're proving the point of why you have that piece of cardboard down there. Get it in there, guys. Get in there. Alright, that's that one. That's that. Alright, so that'd be this entire slingshot. Question is, do I go down, well, I clean this relay bank, so I don't have to worry about that, but do I go down the one side and then the other, or do I go straight across? I think if I go straight across, I'll feel better that I wouldn't have missed anything. At least that's what I think. Alright, we got the slingshot switches back in. Over here, that's just a plate for that. So let's clean this stepper here, and then we're cleaning it in the way that it's not the way that I would do it on my machine. I would probably take the whole thing apart, but we're not owed that. So we're just going to clean the contacts with alcohol while it's still on the machine. So both of these steppers are the same. One does the one side, one does the other side. Manually activate which way it goes. There we go. Clean those. This will activate the lights. This will actually activate the lights that go down here, and it also should activate what points are being scored, the position. Everything should be in. Let's go back the other way. Remember, you want to do nice, sharp movements when you're moving the coil, so that you mimic essentially how the coil will work when it's on. If you go slow, you're going to get ganked up sometimes. Alright, so that's pretty good. I'm going to call that clean. The coils are moving pretty easy, so that's not that big a deal. Alright, so we're going to swing over to this side and do the slingshot and this stepper over here. Well, I'm going to need to take some of these pieces of cardboard and my screwdriver and my alcohol. To the other side, taking it to the other side. First, do the stepper. Dip my paper towel in alcohol. Clean these top ones. I would polish these like I did the score reel, but I don't want to take these all apart. Wrong one. Where's it at? All the way to that side. Should be good. I mean, just the alcohol alone does a pretty good job, but I would, on mine, I would want them to shine like new pennies. But at least this will get it clean. So that helps just a little bit. Alright, slingshots. What we're going to do, because we had this one was binding up, we're going to take, I don't know if you can see me. Yeah, you can see me a little bit. We're going to take this one contact underneath the slingshot off, and then the other side before we put this one back in. That way we can get past these wires a little bit easier than the other one. Because that's the order they put them on. All of these things on here, which anything, it all had to be put together. So you just got to find the order that they were put together in and reverse it. And then if you can't remember it, make sure you take pictures of it. Especially if it's something that seems like a little bit more than one or like 2 or 3 steps. Take pictures of what you're doing so you don't forget if you get called away or you just honestly just can't remember those things. So that's that. What's up?
No.
It's quiet. It's quiet tonight.
Quiet.
Yeah, nobody. If anybody's watching, I can't tell because nobody's commenting right now. It's quiet uptown.
So everybody's concerned about what flavor Tyrant they want.
No. This is a weird switch. I don't normally see a switch underneath. These are the slingshots. And I don't normally see a switch in that position, but it's there for some reason.
It's not in that position on the other slingshots?
Not in any slingshots that I've dealt with.
No, I mean the other slingshots on this machine.
They're on the other side, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Here, look at all that dirt.
Nummy.
Yeah, tasty. But I mean, there's a 0 to 9 unit on the back, and that's a unit that turns every time you hit one of the 1 points.
Mm-hmm.
It's the unit that it constantly is turning every time you hit it because that's what it's going to be your match at the end of the game to see if you win a replay or whatever. And this one has a bell at the bottom, so every time it turns, it's supposed to hit the bell. But one of these 1-point switches is so close together that when it's hitting, it's vibrating, and the bell sounds like a fire alarm. It's all like
oh.
I think it's just supposed to go ding and move on, but it's all like that. So I'm trying to find the switch while I'm cleaning all the switches to get rid of that sound. And then figure out my reset problem and, stuff.
I don't know, man. I don't know about no labor of love that ain't yours.
Well, I'm kind of committed now.
Yeah.
I'll get it done, and then I know the next time how to approach somebody that wants me to work on their stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm also, like I said, I'm not going to buy anything else that it doesn't absolutely need.
Yeah.
Because this is just ridiculous. Oh wait, I wanted to leave that out. So yeah.
It's so cute, weird and cute, those things. Well,
dropping screws.
Good luck.
Thanks.
What's going on with lights, camera, action here? Oh, this is the new one you bought, huh?
Yeah, but that sticker that's on the front,
Yeah.
I forgot to get it the last time, so I just got that sticker on the front. So now it's complete. It can go in.
Noise.
It doesn't make a lot of noise. Oh man, these are all wired. So weird. But you have to do it or else you're going to get caught like I did on that other one. There we are. Swing out. Thank you, buddy. You hang tight while I clean your friend. Give him a little bit of alcohol to drink. Just a little bit. I know you're probably going to be driving home. You want a little bit to drink. Waking you up. Oh my gosh. So much dirt. Get all that off. Yep. Sorry, buddy. Sorry that you got so dirty over the years. Sorry that nobody's played you properly or fixed you when you needed to be fixed. We're gonna work. We're gonna do our best, little guy. We're gonna get it done. Okay? This one is not so bent out of shape like that other one was. Just get it back in here, but behind the rubber. There. There we go. Get my screws back in. This should go fairly quickly, though. I mean, we're just cleaning the rollovers and the switches. Shouldn't be too bad. There are these two coils up here that are these ball shooters that are on some sort of delay, and I guess the delay goes through the score motor, but I don't, or maybe one of the switches. I didn't see that any of the relays specifically said for that, unless I didn't pay attention. But I do know that they're not working. The one side, when I was testing it, the one side, the switches, when I put the ball there, at least registered that it was there because it made a noise, but it still didn't kick out anything. Now, granted, I didn't leave my finger there because I was using a finger, not a ball. Kind of didn't want to be smacked in the finger with it, but I don't think it was registering it. Alright. Get in here, little guy. It's another important part about this stream is that I'm cataloging almost the entire time that I am working on this thing. There's just been a couple hours that I haven't actually been streaming. And that's because I wanted to diagnose in my off time, and it's just too hard to get the camera set up and going, and especially when I'm in and out from my regular job. So at least I'm cataloging most of it. So I don't think I have all 21 hours on. Well, I definitely don't have it all on video, but I have the majority of it on video. Transported to the YouTube channel. I know it's very exciting to watch. I know that most people probably aren't, unless they're seeing this live and just hanging out. Alright, that's that guy in place. Switch. Then we go do this top one. And then we're moving down to this couple rollovers here. There's a rollover on this side. Oh, there's one on that side. So do the rollover here. Rollover there. We have a switch here. So there's one on that side. The entire machine just is a mirror of itself. So half of one side and half of the other is the exact same image. They do the exact same things, just one's the yellow side, one's the red side. Which is a lot of these early machines, I guess, have the exact same mirrored side. Alright. Da 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 da. The switch out. Careful with the switch not to get my wire screwed up. Get a little bit of taste of alcohol. Tasting it up here. Yeah, that tastes good. Get all that dirt off your face. Oh yeah. Yeah, you are dirty faced. You got a dirty face. You are also bent a little weird, but I don't think it's too bad. Not like that other one was. Alright, not too bad. A little bit of dirt like the other ones, but nah. We've seen worse. There we go. The thrill, the excitement of screws being put back in. Watch. Be amazed. Thrills with expectations. There we go. Come on. Lock it in. There we go. Where's that? Oh, that's right. My camera's all in a different spot. That's throwing me off. Like, wait. It's not right. And it is right. I'm just not right. In the head. Ooh, that's not cool. Not cool. If I insult myself, is it an insult? Switch time at the old Apollo. Alright, so this will end our slingshots. So we've made progress already. We got the slingshots, we got these steppers. Actually, there's some steppers, there's switches on these steppers. I should take care of that too. Yeah. Let's get the switches too. Gotta get the switches. Come on, open up. That guy. Yeah. Now your brother. Let's make sure that they're actually firing right too. That would help. Since we're trying to diagnose all this crap. Alright. So obviously, at least according to this one, open. Yeah, so they run opposite of each other. So this one here on this side looks like it's both of them are closed. So we're gonna, no, not that one. Where's the other one? Get this guy going. Where are we at? Oh, it's over here. So that's open. That's closed. So this one should be closed. Oh, come on now. So this back one needs to be open just a little bit. So that when we come back, there it is. Alright. Yeah, that one was just a little too close for my liking. Yeah, looks good now. Yep. And then I'm going to go back the other way with this one. Well, let's just clean it out first. And we'll go back the other way with it. Ooh, sorry about that. Shaky cam. We're on the shaky cam now. on. Get that dirt out of there. Nobody works well with dirt. Come on. Hopefully by doing this I get a lot of good results of contact. There's switches, no, those are the pop bumpers. Yeah, oh my gosh, we gotta clean the pop bumper switches. Ugh, alright, but there's switches behind this arm. So maybe I have to take that whole thing off. This is that actuator arm that goes back and forth. So I think maybe I might have to take that entire thing off, but we'll get there because let me get these two switches and that'll bring me down to this arm here. I already know it's not activating right, so we'll get back there and get that switch off. Let's get rollover switch over here. That's what we're doing. And then we'll get that middle actuator as best as we can. We haven't seen it actually function yet because I haven't gotten to that mode. I gotta get the ball to freaking come out. Alright, so this is a double rollover switch. Obviously it activates two different things. But I bet it's pretty dirty. How dirty is it? Well, we're about to find out. That's this one. Well, actually not as bad as I expected. Oh, I take that back. The top one's horrible. The bottom switch in this stack is okay, but the top one is just god awful or horrible. I'm just applying enough pressure so I can get my cardboard to go back and forth and rub up against it, but not so much that I change its activation. Because these ones aren't too bad. These are actually set up pretty good. I don't think these rollovers are an issue, but they weren't activating because of dirt and not because of placement. And that's all it takes is just a little bit of dirt and all of a sudden you get no contact. So screw it back in. We got one more on the other side of this same size, same rollover deal. Right now they are open, and when the ball goes over it, they close, and they do. The switch is activating right, so I don't have to worry about that. But let me come over back to the other side and get this other switch back on the other side. I know, it's crazy. This guy right here. We also have a switch. I think I can get to it. No, I hope I can get to it. Maybe I'll get that guy from the top. He's kind of below this relay bank here. This is going to make it a little bit more difficult for me to get there. If it isn't a challenge, it's not worth doing. Beg to differ. Completely worth doing if it's not a challenge. Because then you just get to play. And not have to sit here and clean this machine. Clean the machine. Same deal, double switch in the switch stack. Activation I don't think is an issue, just dirt. Dirt is an issue for all of us. I don't know how the apocalypse is going. I haven't checked. I assume there's people upset on some sort of political spectrum. Somebody's upset. Yeah. Let's get this switch cleaned and then put it back on, and maybe I'll check it out real quick. I don't want to. Elections are stupid, but I'm still kind of curious. I know you'll find out later, either by hearing about it on the news or the riots in the streets, whichever way it will go. There we go. Screw them back in. That is another bonus here. Like all your switch stacks on all these games, you should check them to make sure they haven't loosened up over time. This one has not been too bad. This one, I think all of the switches seem pretty tight. It's functioning right, but some of them they can work themselves loose over time, especially the switches that activate a lot. All right, so we're gonna work on this thing here. If I can get it out without screwing anything up. Got a huge switch stack behind it. One up there. I think I can unscrew it and swing it out. I think I got enough wire play to do that. I hope I can, because I think that's the only way I'm going to do it, unless I pull it from the top, and I don't want to pull it from the top. I still got to get the switches that are behind it anyway, so it's going to have to come out this way. Just got to watch my oh wait, I was going to take a drink break. But I don't know. This segment of Pinball Repair is brought to you by a drink. Little bit to wet the whistle, Marcus. I'd rather spit in your face, but since I haven't got any spit, Last Crusade. Oh yes, get that screw out of there. Be careful not to drop it, but if you do, that's why we have our cardboard down, so we don't drop the screw on some relay that shouldn't be. I've also tried to learn to keep my eye on the screw until it's completely in my hand. That way, if it does fall into the playfield, you're more than likely to find the trajectory that it went. But once it starts to fall in this position, it could be like a Plinko machine or a Pachinko machine, and it could just fall anywhere. The only thing you know is it's not going up. It's going to go down. Alright, so this guy just fell, but he didn't fall all the way. He's still on here. There he is. There he is. Come here, guy. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, magnetic tip. What are these plastic bits over here? Oh, that's a switch. Oh, okay. Well, I think that's the switch that tells it which direction it's going, left or right. I guess that's going to be one that's really important to make sure that it's functioning correct. Alright, this only held on by 3 screws. That's it. 3 screws hold the whole thing. There's none on the back. Guess that's enough. Get the screw out. I'm still holding it in place. I don't want to drop it. I don't want any of the wires to come where it shouldn't be. Let's see if I can pull it out. There's the target. Oh, I got it. Don't want to get caught on anything. See, I'm trying to avoid taking these coils off, but that might have to be a thing. Nope. Okay. Just turn it enough. That's all I gotta do. Just turn it enough. There we go. Wow, we got some serious switch stacks on the back here. It's 1, 2. And the target switch, gotta get that one good. Got some springs. Okay, I see what's going on here. So the swing arm goes back and forth. That's what the plastic is. So there's no actual switch attached to the swing arm. When it's on the left, it'll hit the stack behind it. When it's on the right, it'll hit the stack behind it. So the swing arm itself is a non-issue. It's just going to be in its position. So I got to get just the switch stacks and make sure they're nice and clean. And essentially, they're like any one of these rollovers. They're both open. when they activate. And then there's a one switch stack in the middle so that if the ball were to hit the middle, it'd still register probably at 1 point, I would assume. Because it turns it into a normal bumper. You only get the bonus if you hit this big target. That one's not too bad. Come here. Get this other guy. No? Well, that's good. I mean, they look nice and clean there. Let's get the middle, which is, oh my gosh. All right, so the middle one is no different than a slingshot switch. And this one is twisted AF. So I don't know if I can get it off of here. I can. All right, so I'm going to have to unscrew that middle one and straighten it up big time before I put it back on. Where's my screwdriver? Oh, it's sitting inside the machine. So I'm get this switch off from the center and get it straightened back up because that is atrocious. This will also mean that I can do it from the as close to the sandwich as possible. If I try to do this from the top, I'd probably be bending it just as bad as whoever did it before. So just get this off. Oh, there's so much going on with this machine. I wish it wasn't so bad off. And these are gonna drop. Come here, you. Screws. There. Just a little sticky. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so zoom in if you see if you can see this here. Look at these. Look at that. That is not how your switches should look. I mean, that's an extreme example here, but that's atrocious. So I got to do my best to straighten all this. Sorry, it's not focusing anymore. To straighten all this crap up before I put it back in. And then from the top, we can see where it adjusts. So so this is the main switch that the ball will hit. This is the big thick piece of metal that holds the back switch from vibrating. And it's just all twisted. Hey, look at that. Oh my goodness. And then this back one right here is just fish paper. Feels like fish paper. Yeah, so that's just protecting it from something else. So I'm going to fix this up as much as I can. Come on, guys. This is not how you take care of a pinball machine. All right. So I get this. I think this should be long enough that I can get that switch. Let me get this. Actually, this stack is pretty stuck together, so I'm going to get the screws out so they don't want to go flying all over the place. Normally I want to leave the screws in because if the switch stack was weak, it just start falling apart, but this one's pretty glued together. So get the screws out so I don't drop them. Let me turn this down just a little bit so, of course, it's big movements. So we can see here. Put my thing on here, grab the end, just straighten that up. So that's already a lot better. Get my hand behind it so it'll focus. So that's already a lot better. We've got a big curve in it, but the rubber should be pushing up against that. But I'm still going to go down here and bring it back, and we'll figure out where it needs to go later from the top. Now we want to get, I think I want to straighten up this middle garbage guy first before I straighten up the other one. So this, I think this happens right here because it's twisted. It's not just bent, it's actually twisted. That's somebody that's using needle nose pliers or something else to try and move that switch when they should be having a tool like this. This is the tool that you need to be adjusting all the switches. You can buy them from any pinball supply place. I'm guessing Marco or Pinball Life or whatever. I don't remember where I got these, but one of those places. But that is just, oh my gosh. And you also got to be careful too that you don't tear the metal, because the metal goes, then I have to try to get a switch back together. Fix a switch. It's bent in so many places here. So get it as straight as we can. And then it's either that like it wasn't making a contact that they didn't like, or it was hitting too much and they just went in there with their hand or needle nose pliers and just bent the living crap out of it. This is the kind of stuff that I should be getting paid for, but I'm not. I mean, it's not anywhere near as extreme. Got a really bad fold in there. I'm going to pinch that together a little bit more. Gosh. Why would you do that? Why? You know, when it's this bad, you just got to do the best you can. Sometimes my tool doesn't like to get these middle pieces of metal because they are a little thick. I want to bring that back so that my back one can rest up against it, if possible. Because that's to keep it from vibrating. That's what that middle one's for. But it's so far away from it and so bent up. Alright, I'm going to have to be very careful, move it back, and then move this guy. I got to twist it a little bit. Bend him forward. Pretty good. Oh my gosh. Alright, get down here close to the stack, bend him forward. Get to the middle one and bend him back. So hopefully now it's going to rest on it and I'll have my anti-vibration happening, which I think that's a lot better than we started with. And then we'll do some more adjustments. You want that one to rest on here so it doesn't vibrate. And we'll do more adjustments later from the top, but that is way better than the crap that was going on. Oh my goodness. Alright. And we see we get this guy back in. Was that way. Get my screws. Oh wait. Did I even clean it yet? I don't think I even cleaned it. I got so lost with it being so twisted AF that I didn't even clean it. Cleany clean. It's pretty dirty. Not so dirty anymore though. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is still a little dirty. Get a little bit more alcohol on this other side and just get at it some more. There we go. Alright. Alright, I'm just making sure that fish paper is there, because obviously that's important to keep it from rubbing up against something. And if it's not, then you got to find another solution. I mean, it's not compared to what it was. I think it's beautiful compared to what it was. See if we can get it back in here. I'm choking on something. You're choking on your own spit. Shut up. Alright. That. These wires. Just make sure we're not accidentally detaching any wires. Screws. Nope. At least want to get one started here before I let go. Get in there. That's where you go. Go in your home. Why don't you want your home? There we go. I got one started. That's good. Let's get it a little bit better. There, get that back a little bit. I'll zoom this camera back out. All right. Get the other one in. Swing it around. Place. Yep, that one's screwing in. It's not hard to know how to adjust these things. I mean, I didn't go to school for pinball repair. I went to the internet. There's plenty of resources before you want to mess with your own machine, which I do think everybody who owns a pinball should learn how to fix at least the basic stuff. Just go on the internet and look it up. That's all you got to do. Just don't go grabbing in there with freaking pliers and messing it up. Alright, I got to get that. Did I get this other side? I don't think I did. I know I got that stacked. Let's get the other side and then we'll get the whole mechanism to go back in. Careful, wires, careful. Everything is dirty. Everything is dirty. Oh. There we go. You know, there's been a lot more dirt in this machine than this switch. So, I mean, not. It's kind of hard to see. I need probably be on the other side of the machine for this switch. Yeah, let me roll to the other side here just so I can make sure that that switch is actually functioning right. Yeah, so when somebody hits the target, it pushes in. All right. Now we gotta see if we can get back in here without one, breaking any wires or breaking any targets. Get up there. There we go. And this switch in the back, which, there it is. All right, back in there. I think I got it back in there. Holy crap, I did. He also had, now I'm not going to say it was this owner, maybe the previous owner before this had the rubbers completely wrong. So there'd been no way for that target to get hit properly. So maybe it was just hit by a ball and it got all twisted like that, but I doubt it. I think it was just doing it by your fingers or doing it with pliers. Oh, let's throw this burned fuse away. We don't need to keep burned fuse. Burned up fuses. Because we were popping fuses yesterday. Because the way this thing is designed, the freaking coin door has so much voltage in it, it accidentally arced. Which is also why I grounded this machine. Not like grounded it, didn't give it any supper. But, go to bed without supper, but grounded it so it wouldn't shock the heck out of me. Alright, screw. Don't fail me now. Very carefully. Hopefully I don't have a jiggly hand, which I do, but that's what I wanted to avoid. I wanted to avoid that. But that's okay, at least I know where the screw is. I didn't get screwed by the screw. There we go. Into the hole. Come on, just turn. Turn, turn, turn. You know, you're already there. Yep, there we are. There you are. Yes, take that in there. Yes. Yes, Iago. Good, 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 good. Get the center screw in. It's going to help a lot. All right, so now we at least know how this swing arm works, so that's good. Let's make sure it activates. Activates on that side. Activates on that side. So yeah, that's an interesting setup. Oh, that's just the screw making that noise. That's weird. Our Black Pyramid has the swinging arm that goes back and forth the entire time the game is playing, and that has a switch on the arm itself. So this is interesting how this works. It just pops from one side to the other, and then whatever side you hit, that's how you're gonna score your bonuses. I like learning new stuff about a machine. I like seeing there's something I haven't seen before. It'll all help later on down the line when I get some other machine and be like, oh yeah, I remember that old Mayfair had blah, 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 blah. Remember how it took you forever to fix it? No, shut up. It's not taking forever. I'm working on it. Okay, it's taking forever. The owner of this machine, when he first brought it, he was touting some video that was on YouTube about a repair, which I looked up. It's a 50-minute video of a guy who goes through his basics of his repair, which seemed to be a lot more extensive than this one. But I don't think the owner of this machine realizes that 50-minute video encompassed 2 months of work. Because he's asking me, when am I going to have this done? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm going to try my best to get it done for you, but I don't know when it's going to be done. Hopefully I get it done within the next week or so. Hopefully sooner. Because I don't want to do this forever. Alright. Let's take a break for a second here. Let me check on something. I don't know. Nothing to worry about yet. I don't think the riots have started. So I think we're still okay for now. There's no rioting. Maybe tomorrow. Alright, I don't know what's happening on that thing, but at least nobody's rioting right now, so yay for that. Oh. Okay, so now we have gotten all the way down to the swing arm. Pop bumpers, I would love to take those completely apart. Guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to take them completely apart. The skirts, they appear to be functioning. They don't appear to be chewed up. There's two red and a green. Obviously, I would like to get normal, all of them the same color, but since I'm not, and the other thing I would have probably done if I couldn't get two new ones is at least put the green one in the middle, but I'm not. So we're going to clean the switches. I think I can get to the spoon. Yeah, I can get to the switches pretty good on these pop bumpers without taking them off. And that's what we're going to have to end up doing because the The down and dirty way to check this is to go around all the way around the skirt, hitting it, and make sure it doesn't want to lock on. And I haven't seen it do that yet, so I'm not really worried about the skirts on here being bad. So I'm just going to clean the switches, because that activates so much. Because I think the middle one was registering 10 points, and then the side ones weren't registering anything. Let's see, are we at that point yet, or do I have to go? No, I have these two switches on the side. Actually, I think I can get this guy out, even with this relay bank here. We're going to try it anyway. These 1-point switches, these are the ones that I'm having issues with that cause that bell to go off all funky. I also got a wire back in. I think it's the 100-point bell. It's the one that was burned up. So I got to wire that guy back in. And I'm going to do it when I confirm that nothing is locking on that would cause it to burn up again. Which I'm pretty sure it's not. I think everything is activating and turning off like it should. Alright, I'm going to sneak the switch out the back side here, get the screw, and we'll just clean it from there. It's just a simple little switch. This one doesn't have anything funky about it, just a simple target bumper, rubber bumper switch, rubber baby buggy bumper switch. Come here, you. I will go in between switch stacks. I do not care. This one is not twisted up. It's got the middle pressure piece of metal in there, and it seems to be lined up pretty good. So that one I think is all right, other than just the little bit of dirt that's on the contact, and that's no big deal. Compared to its brothers, it's not too bad. All right, we'll get the screws back in. First, tuck this guy back in. Make sure he goes behind the rubbers, but I got new rubbers for this thing. I'm going to do that too before I send it back. I'm not waxing it. I would, but I'm not. I will give him the wax that came in the kit, and he can do with what he pleases, but I am not waxing the playfield now. Not for free. That was almost painless. Screw went in on the first try. This is the one I thought would be a pain in the butt because it's underneath that bank, but no. It went okay. Now I said that this is the screw that's going to get caught somewhere. Come on, lousy depth perception, don't ruin me now. Right in there. Got it. Alright, we're running out of... Okay, so the pop bumpers... I'm going to stay on this side. Pop bumpers, 1, 2, 3. That switch, and then these rollover switches on the top. And I think... Isn't there one more? Oh, these are bumper switches. Yeah, there's bumper switches here. So these side ones, not too many more. We're actually getting there. And then we'll plug it back in, and we'll see what difference it made, if any. Pop bumpers. Pop, pop. Let's see here. Also don't know if... where am I at? is that switch. That's the arm going down. So let's see if I get my thing in here and see what I'm doing. There we go. Squeaking is a good sign. That means I got just the right amount of pressure. Oh, and a lot of dirt. A lot of dirt. Get back in there again. Okay. And then see if I can pull the ring down. Yes? Alright. That's at least activating, right? Yeah, you take these pop bumpers completely off. The only thing is the lights. They don't usually have a clip that you can just unplug. You're going to have to either desolder them or cut them off and then put new light sockets in if you take it completely apart. Which is another reason not to take this one completely apart, because I'm not paying for that. It's not hard, it's just why spend the money on it? There we go. Alright, that's that. Where's my... I think I can get the... No. That's fine. Right there's good. Making contact. It's doing alright. So we get the middle ones. Middle pop bumper. Here we are to stay. Get in there, guy. This one was already activating, so I'm guessing it's not as dirty. But there's dirt on it. I'm pretty sure that if I had white pieces of cardstock or something, you'd really see the difference. Get this other one that pulls the ring down, or at least says that the ring is down. That's good. Not too bad there. Those ones are always closed, except for when the pop bumper is activating, so I can't imagine they get too dirty. I can get this guy from here. It's the last one. Yeah, got no surprise there with the dirt. More dirt, more fun. That's what I always say. No, I don't. Last one for the ring. Squeaky is clean. You know you're getting a good contact then too, because that means that it's definitely pressing up against the other one. It's going to make that noise when you're cleaning it. Alright, so that is the basic pop bumper clean. That is just the switches. That's not my full teardown. I'm not going to put new coil sleeves. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I wish I could. But I'm running out of time for this thing, and he doesn't have any money. Alright. I still have to get the switch up here. Let's do, I think we're even, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3. We got this middle one, so let's do these 4 guys. Get to the other side. Still got to reattach my tilt that I took apart because of the problems that we were having earlier. Can reattach that. Actually, while I'm sitting here, why don't I just heat up the soldering iron and just take care of that while I'm cleaning one of these switches. And then that way I don't have to remember that later. Alright, so this is over here. This is the last of the 1-point bumper switches. This guy, come out here, thank you. Don't drop the screw. And this guy. One of these has to be the one that's causing everything to fire all weird too. And I don't think I've seen the one, other than the middle one that was all jacked up, I don't think I've seen one that was so close together that it would be causing that yet. That could all change. Especially when the rubbers are on them, they look different. Alright. This one's pulled out. It's not too bad. Not dirty that bad. Or not bent anyway. Dirty is another thing. Yes, probably really dirty. So remember, you're using only isopropyl alcohol to clean these switches. You should never need a file for any of these basic rollover or contact switches. Isopropyl works pretty good, 91%. And just make sure that it's clean. Get the black soot off, and it should be fine. That's it. I have an abundance of these pieces of cardboard, so where's the rubber? Where are we at? Oh, there we are. Okay, I see where it goes now. Get back in there. You go back that way. Back in place. Just making sure that it went behind the rubber from the top of the playfield. Again, not super big deal right now because I'm going to replace the rubbers, but I don't have to take this back out again for something as simple as that. Okay. Grab it from the front. And screwed. Nope, 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 nope. Let's see. Get in the hole. Thank you. Figure out where we're at with this. Okay. I'm excited to get that all turned back on again and see where I'm at, but I'm still not getting the ball to launch. So I'm thinking that is the first ball relay on the reset bank. And from what I read, Gottlieb reset banks, they got rid of them because they were problematic. And I am pretty much feeling that I'm experiencing that they seem to be pretty problematic. Alright, so that's that switch. Now we're into these top rollover switches. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do these ones here. We'll flip to the other side. Make sure we hit this one, this one, this one. Yes, I'm repeating myself because I want to remember that's what I want to do. But I also want to put this tilt back on, slam tilt back on that I took off, which ended up not being the issue. But when you get annoyed and tired that it's constantly doing something, you eliminate all points of problems. There we are. I think my soldering iron should be hot enough. Let me get some solder. Let's just tap that on there real quick and be done with it. Another good reason to have the cardboard here on the bottom. I've got all sorts of debris, pieces of wood, any bits of paper, all this stuff could possibly get into a switch stack and cause me a problem, which is the reason I got it there. Don't breathe the solder. Don't breathe the solder. It should not take too long. that solder go that I put on there? I see that piece of fabric on the wire going back on. Sliding back down, and I don't want it to. See if I can get it to stick. Yes? Yes. There we go. That's our stupid slam tilt that I cut off. Got confused too because there's another one that needs to stay on. There's only technically three tilts in this game. And there's another one over here that looked like a slam tilt. And I guess it is, but it's supposed to be always on and not open like the other ones. Alright, so this guy's back in. Just want enough. That was like a machine gun when it hit too. Yeah, we want it far enough away that it's not gonna, it'll go off, but it's not gonna go brrr. Freaking machine gunning. Alright, where are we at with, what time is it here? 7:46, so that means the apocalypse should be starting in New Mexico soon. Which shouldn't have to worry about it here, because where are we at? That. Anybody seeing anything about an apocalypse? No? Keep calm, be patient. Believe it does that, stay alive. I don't know, there's a lot of angriness going on. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Let's just work on pinball. Who cares? Be nice to have some music in the background, but I heard that noise. Usually when I work on machines, I don't have any music or anything on anyway, especially if it's one I'm going to turn on and off because I want to hear all the sounds. But cleaning like this, it'd be nice to be able to have some music on. But I understand what's going on with this whole artists got to get paid for every single second of their entire lives thing. That one's pretty tight in there, so I don't want to move it out too much. I think I'll just clean it where it is. I think I got enough that I can still get in there real good. This side. Obviously, these ones on the end activate something else as well. I mean, once you get through, when you're starting to go through a pinball machine that doesn't work at all, you start to learn every little inside and out about these things. The OXO, I knew backwards and forwards of what relay was going to fire when, and I don't feel I'm on point with that completely with this one yet. But I am kind of I'm starting to understand the rules of how it's supposed to be playing. Oh, dirty, 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 dirty. It's alright. An hour and a half here. I think I got another. I'm not going to go by time. I'm just going to go by a goal. I want all these switches cleaned off. And then I want to plug it in and see where I'm at. And then maybe we'll go from there. Alright. That's that one. It's not too bad. Still got another side. Still got another side to this. Hey, I'm so short you can't see me on that one. Screws. Up a little bit. I'm going to hand screw them in first so I'm not making new holes. I'm going in the old ones. Yes. Where are you? Let me see where you're going. I think it's in. Yes. Just go in the hole. You know you want to be in the hole. I also think it'd be great that one of these times that you think I'm going to be working on this pinball, I'm just going to be playing this pinball. And then it gets to go home. Have to give, I don't know if other pinball repair places give people tutorials about just the basics of pinballs. But I'm not going to let this guy go without him understanding what he has to do. That switch is activating fine. Okay, these ones are kind of problematic because we have the lights, which means I might need to unscrew the lights just a little bit just to be able to get the switch out. I feel that's what I'm going to have to do or else it's not going to come out. But it's just one screw for these sockets, for the bulb sockets, so just unscrew those. Get me a little bit of slack so I can get in there. You stay there. You stay there. I don't like they're so tight behind this thing. There. And you here. And get this guy, because I'm not going to be able to get underneath there too. You can definitely see which side that they come on. Oh, I don't got a lot of space. Just got a staple right there, so. Alright, well, that does give me some room. At least I can get these middle ones. Yeah, I can at least get the switch stacks out to clean them. And that's really what's important right now. Those are general illumination lights, I think. Oh no, those are ones going underneath. Those ones go underneath the lanes. They're not. I mean, they're general illumination, but they're not what I thought they were. Okay. Not a lot of room to move it, but at least it gets it pulled far enough out that I can clean there. We only got 2 switches on it. Oh man, that one is really dirty right there. No wonder that wasn't firing. Let's get it closer and maybe you might be able to see it. I don't know. It's dirty. Take my word on it. It's really dirty. That was the bottom one. Let's go again on the bottom one. And go up to the top. And I think I got it all with the first swipe. Come on. Get up in there. Oh yeah. A lot of these weren't activating too. And that's why. It's stupid dirty. I wonder how many times that when I've been working on this that I've said the word dirty. Probably 1,000. What was that noise? Something hit the bell? At least it sounded like something hit the bell. Nothing that I did, because I don't have any screws over there. back in with this switch stack. Do this first screw by hand to make sure that we're lined up in the hole. All right. And we can tighten it. This takes some time. Time to clean. Mystery machine. Open up. Lovely. There we go. Look for activation. Where is it? There it is. Looks like it's activating pretty good. I'm gonna call it like after these switches. That's it for the playfield, cleaning wise, unless one of these things I haven't really noticed is gonna give me any trouble. I think that's all the playfield pieces cleaned. There's just going to be adjustment issues on some of it. So at least it's not like a ton of stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a lot. It's been taking me like an hour or so to do this here, but not too bad. If you can't find relaxation in cleaning switches, I don't really know what you're doing. Lovely to see you again. Here, have some alcohol. Oh, you got a dirty face. Take it. Take a drink. No. The alcohol's on the house. You don't have to worry about it. Just drink it. Ugh. I don't get paid enough for that. You don't get paid at all. Shh. Yeah. Definitely not gonna fire with that much dirt on you. Ugh. All the switches are dirty. Trying to sing songs that aren't copyrighted makes it sound like stupid songs that you're making up in the moment. And I am, 'cause I don't have anything else to sing that I'm allowed to sing other than random stuff while I clean dirty switches. There's not enough pinball songs. You get some more pinball songs out there. You got Pinball Wizard. I mean, if you are going to go with pinball songs, that's like the best one, right? Or most iconic. There just needs to be more. Country people are singing about their trucks all the time. Somebody needs to be singing about pinball all the time. Somebody write it, compose it, I'll sing it. Singing songs about pinball. Let's not make it a country song though. Let's make it a rock song. That one's working. That one. Getting there. If these don't work when I'm done with it, I mean, what are we even doing? That is such a weird angle, but it's working. It's where the screws were. Okay. One thing I'm trying not to do is screw in new holes. This playfield looks, I mean, the playfield on the top looks really good, but it's still really dry looking. You can tell it's dry. It's as if it's been around since the 60s or something. What do you got for me over here? I bet you're not going to surprise me. I bet you're going to be a dirty switch. Cleaning the switch with alcohol is what we're gonna do. Get inside, make it shine like things should do. Dirty switches, you got nothing on me. Dirty switches, I will get you clean. Maybe it should be musical. How much dirt is on your switch? When you went to clean it the other day, your rollovers wouldn't activate because they're covered with all this crap. How much you gonna pay that guy who spends all of his free time cleaning your machine? And you're not really gonna know what it takes to get working. It takes a lot of alcohol, but not for me to drink. Takes a lot of paper, but not for me to read. I'm just going with cardboard paper. That was what I was meaning by that. It's a bad lyric. Okay, we're gonna shop this musical. We're gonna have the whole pop bumper chorus. Hearing the bells, hearing the chimes, hearing the rings, hearing the dimes. There we go. Where are you at, buddy? Activating pretty good, rolling over. In a perfect world, you want to roll over with the ball and not your finger. So you make sure you're activating. But these are activating before I even touch the playfield. The only issue that will happen there is if it's too tight, the ball might not roll over it all the way. It might get stuck up there, depending on the angle of the machine. So you might have to readjust that later on, but you have to wait until you can play it first before you can even think about readjusting it. Oh wait, I gotta unscrew that one first. That's the last one here, right? And then we go these two, and then we're done. I'll screw the light bulbs back in. We're done with these. We can take this cardboard out, plug it back in, and notice that I haven't accomplished anything to get it to work. More than likely what happens when I do these simple things that shouldn't do any problems, I create a problem. And then I get to look at it all frustrated, like, what did I do? I didn't do anything other than clean. Didn't even... Ugh. Got distracted by that dirty guy. Freaking hobo switch. It's not his fault that he's dirty, man. He did his job. It's just people stopped playing him. And then they got either rid of the glass or they broke the glass. How many years was this poor guy not under glass? Because it came to me without any glass on it. It didn't look super dusty. Maybe the guy tried to clean it. But where's the glass, man? How do you not have glass for your pinball machine? Can you play without the glass? Kinda. It's too loud. And then maybe you might get an air ball and then you freaking ball fly out and chip somewhere. Hey, this switch was pretty quick. There we go. Not gonna lie. There we go. All right. Last one. Where is it? There we are. We are physically activating there. Whether or not it gets a signal, I don't know. All right, so let's put these bulbs back in. Slide them back in. Make sure they're not, I mean, I think these, no, they're not coated. So make sure that these wires don't touch any of the switches. So that's a whole other mess of problem. I think they're well far enough away, so we're not going to have to, I don't think that's going to be an issue. screw this back in. And then at least I'll feel better that I cleaned the playfield parts. And I can focus again back on my resetting issue. Because in the book, I see what it says in the book that it's supposed to do on a Gottlieb this old. But then they'll say like it shoots out into the shooter lane. Well, there's no shooter lane. I assume the same concept is that it shoots it out into that corner and then you push it up with the manual thing. But it also says the S relay or the start S relay is the start relay at the beginning, which that is not the case in here. The first one to hit in here is the SB relay, which is the start relay, which is on the relay bank. So yeah, all sorts of confusingness. Last screw. 2 switches away from plugging it back in. 2 whole switches. Yay! I think that deserves a little bit of a drink. Drink break. Brought to you by No Name Drink. It's got bubbles. It's tart. It tastes good. And it's semi-good for you. Looking up for the apocalypse here. Nope, I don't want to see that. Trying to see apocalypse stuff, man. Oh, that's no surprise. We know who's going to win New Mexico. Duh. Yep. Still not seeing an apocalypse. Everybody seems to be pretty calm. It could go for a while anyway. I just don't want to be caught in some sort of crazies outside when I go home. Which can happen. People like to be crazy. Alright, what I got right here, we got 2 more of these 1-point relay switches. Not relay, 1-point switches that hit these behind the rubber. In this good old Chicago. It's good old Mayfair. Why was I saying Chicago? I think I was thinking of an old Chicago for some reason, which I've never played, and I've only seen once, so I don't know why I was thinking of that. Come on, come out. Thank you. Gotta be dirty. You can't be cleaned unless you're dirty. And my friend, you are dirty. Cleaning. I'm gonna hit this again. This one's pretty grubtastic. All right, yeah. Going through a lot of cardboard on this. Let's get this switch back in. There's no reason, the back one seems fine. There's no reason to adjust this right now until I can get up inside. So make sure it gets behind the rubber. Yes. There we go. Not too hard, guys. Screw that back in. Probably be easier from the other side. Oh wow, it is easier. It's like I'm closer or something. How loose is your switch stack? I don't want it to be country, but for some reason I want to sing it country. I need something like The Cure. I don't know if my switch is screwed. Oop, there it goes. Have you ever had your your game over relay gets stuck on you. I think if it's supposed to be a depressing song about malfunctions, I guess it's going to lean towards being country, because there's nothing happy in a country song, is there? That one's good. Last one. Last one. Gotta change out the, well, no point in changing out the bulbs in the pop bumpers yet, but I know the center one lights up. I haven't been able to activate the lights for the side ones yet, so hopefully by doing this, that'll change all that. There we are, last one. Ooh, that one completely missed my cardboard, but at least I see where it went. At least it didn't go into some sort of switches and get lost. This piece of cardboard is brought to you by our pizza restaurant, Pizza Boxes. This is a 16-inch pizza box that makes a great piece of cardboard to stick inside your pinball machine when you're cleaning. So invest in 16-inch pizza boxes, that's all I'm saying. There we go. That was nice and easy. Thanks for being too nice and simple. Nothing too painful going on there. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. What you gonna do? Cleaning switches, turning a screw. Gonna finish up. Take the cardboard out. Plug back in the Jones plugs. Why was I going to say Jones coil? Jones coil? No, Jones plugs. Jones plugs. Eat the Jones plugs. Don't sing anymore. Hanna-Barbera gonna sue somebody. All right. That is that. Holy crap. We have gone through all the switches on the playfield. At least I think we have. Pretty sure we have. There's no weird hidden switch that I missed. No, I didn't. All right. Try to get this out very carefully without spilling anything or dropping anything. There it goes. That bell makes a sound for a long time. All right. Jones plugs. This one goes back in the back box. There we go. Plugged in. Now we got these two guys going under here. So I got to make sure before I start this, I want to make sure that all my resets on the reset bank are ready to go. At least the ones that deal with game over, because I don't want it to think it's starting in the middle of a game. But that's going to be the issue. Every time I have a problem and shut it off, I have to get under there and reset those. One game. Let's get my score on here. I want the score going, yes. We'll start at first, playfield up, and then we'll put playfield down if we're not having any issues. Let's reset these guys. Ugh. And then, all reset. I think they all are. All right. that side. Make sure this side's in. I got these freaking wires from the Jones plugger so close to this reset bank. Not enough that when it activates it gets in the way, but when you close it, potential of snagging a wire. So you gotta be careful there. Okay. I think we're in a position where we can start. So what I'm going to do is plug it in. I'm going to try to put a credit on it and then hit the replay button. And then we'll see if any of this stuff activates without causing any problems. Basically, we're reevaluating where we are. Power's on. Stay there. Right? Get my non-conductive switch. Oh, listen to that. Something's stuck. And I guarantee it's on the playfield, because that's the only thing that we were doing. It's not one of these switches. I know it's not. Let's make sure it's this guy's out of the way. Let's just get these guys, do a little something there. Credit thing went up, so that's good. There we go. Not getting a score. That one's moving. I got something locked on. It's not. Getting something, and then my replay thing is going down. That's good. That's this. Still got to work on that. It's not. It's only buzzing sometimes. These are going. What about this side? Not activating anything over there, maybe because it's on. Some of these aren't activating. Ow. Don't like that sound. Alright, so I got switches that I gotta freaking deal with here. That's resetting though, right? Is it resetting right all the way? No. Still only going halfway. I gotta figure that out. The problem is that relay, that's a new one. That coil is a little too thick. Alright. Well, whatever was causing it to score motor to go crazy, I think that worked itself through. But this side was activating, this side's not. Or at least I'm not hitting the right things to get it to activate. Some more things we're going through. I have to reconnect the bell. I think positive progress was made. Let's do one time with it down and a ball in it and see what happens. And then after that, I think I'm going to call it a night. Because that's a lot. Stupid lock bar. Okay, get a ball in there. It's not gonna. I guarantee this ball's not gonna come out. Actually, before I do that, my bad. Come back up here a second. I want to make sure that reset bank is reset the right way before I do it, because I don't want it thinking it's in the middle of a game. I mean, it is off, right? Yeah, it's off. All these down. Okay. There. And then, oh, hello, Jacob. So yeah, I'm actually kind of winding down here. I've been going on for hours. But I was cleaning all the switches on the playfields to try to get a little bit more. I'm still not getting my reset to go all the way through. The ball's not coming out. Alright, I left the ball in there. And I blew a fuse yesterday, but that fixed that problem. Let's get some credits. Right, no. Yeah, it thinks it's in a game. There's no ball. That did something. Well, we know those are clean. That one did nothing. Oh, they lit up. Look, they lit up for a second. Although I'm not getting the ball to come out. Wow, that was different. Yeah, something's not activating right there. That one launched. Wow. Things are happening. I'm finally getting into Shangri-La project. The score motor finally arrived. Well, that's good. I want to be done with this thing. I want to be done with it this week. I think I made some progress tonight, though. A lot more of my switches are working. So I still think this switch isn't working. Obviously, some craziness is going on here. I don't think some of this stuff is firing right here. And then I'm still not getting the ball to launch. So I'm going to go back through the book again, but it doesn't give me a lot of options for the ball coming out. And the contacts are good. The coil is good. I think it's this freaking relay bank. This reset relay bank has been a pain this entire time. Like, watch. That's probably not going to reset all the way now. No. Oh, it did. Well, stand corrected. It won't do it now if I do this, because now it thinks it's in the middle of a game. Or not. Maybe it will go all the way. I'll just shut up. A freaking buzzer. Freaking relays are buzzing. Yeah, anyway. Player unit or something might be holding it up. Have you serviced the units yet? Yes. So there is no coin unit in this. There was pre-coin unit. I know you mentioned that before. So this pre-coin unit, but I did the 0 to 9 unit on the back. I cleaned that really good. I did the balls played unit. I cleaned that really good. I've done the steppers for these. This side was working, this side wasn't. And I think that's all that's in there. This is working fine. All those are working fine. But yeah, that's what the next thing I'm going to have to do. But that'll be on, well, I'll do work a little bit tomorrow. Wait, what do I have? Oh yeah, I'm off tomorrow morning. So I probably work a few hours tomorrow. And then Friday, because Thursday I have a thing, so I can't be working on Thursday. So Friday will be it. Going back in there. But at least today, I feel like I got a lot of these switches working. I feel a lot better with that. It just, now they got to fire the right relays, and now the relays have got to fire the right way. I think maybe my 0 to 9 unit is not turning when it's supposed to. It's just ringing the bell. Let's try it one more time before I give up, because I'm about ready to call it quits. It's turning. These are supposed to go back and forth every time you do it. So yeah, there's progress being made. It's just tracking it down. There's just a lot of gremlins going on. That's set to 6. Let me see if it resets. Got my player 1 lights on. My freaking buzzing with this relay. So yeah, I replaced the 30 volt relay. I'm going to wind this down because I'm tired. But anyway, I replaced the 30 volt relay with a new one. And the problem is that there's a... Where's the old one? There's the old one. Let me get the new one. So they're a little bit thicker. So the new one that I just dropped is a little bit thicker. So yeah, this sticks out a lot more than the old one, and that's why I'm getting my buzzing, because it's not lining up like it should. It's just a little bit thicker. So I have to figure that out. If there's some sort of adjustment I'm missing or something. But my 30-foot thing, what? You should be able to adjust the arm that holds the plate. Like give it more of a gap or less of a gap. Maybe I'll look into that tomorrow. Because every once in a while, my 30 volt relay will buzz like crazy because it's not making, I guess it's not making direct contact like it should. So I'll work on that, because yeah, the new ones are thicker than the old ones by a considerable amount. More of a gap on the arm tad. Okay, well, I'll check that out tomorrow. Yeah, so that's what, 2 hours. 2 hours is a good after work stream. Mr. Burned Coil over here. This tab's all broken off, all burned. Yeah, he's gone bye-bye. So anyway, I'm going to save these for the owner so he can look at them. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night. I got a lot accomplished, and there's a lot more to do. I like that my replay unit is working right. I like that my scores, for the most part, are resetting. Pop bumper lights were starting to come on. Starting to get more functionality in it. It's just the main goal I need to really work on is that the game starts all the way. Get that ball to come out. So I'm going to look at that too when I fix that relay. But I think that's it for tonight, though. I'm pretty tired. Been doing this. I worked all day, and then I did some of it before I came to work that I didn't stream. Tiring. This is why it's not worth the money. but I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. I learned a lot about this swing arm today, so that's cool. I learned how that works. That's cool. But I'm going to take some time off, and maybe we'll see you guys on the other side of the apocalypse. Whatever happens tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully nothing bad happens in anybody's neighborhoods. But I'm going to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon or late tomorrow morning. I'm tired. Take care, guys. Bye.